last session, this unnamed party of ne'er-do-wells ended right as the Starkfisnar was fleeing from them within the city of Broken Bridge. Seeing this happen, you immediately gave chase. Hopping on a direwolf, you were able to have Ripley and Ajal keep up and gain on this Starkfisnar as they flew through the city streets. Through some clever tactics, you were able to spot them in attempts to lose you all. And in the end, you were able to subdue and kill the Starkfisnar. Some very well-placed Eldritch blasts. However, the city did acquire some decent amount of damage. People have been killed. And this incident is now very, very public. Leading to many guards almost arresting a couple of you. And you all having a chance meeting with Trakan, one of the council members in the city of Broken Bridge, who advises the king on matters of security. Trakan has told you about a meeting in the morning at Castle Ruckè. There, you are to speak with him and potentially some other council members about the situation and why you were doing what you were doing, essentially. You all were given leave for the night, however, to return back to your humble little tavern and rest the night away. One of you did go through a magic item that you acquired via Lucky Roll from within the old Verstek family house, which you had originally fought. Stark Inn. That magic item seems to be a book of spells. And you, instead of summoning an arcane hand, you summon an arcane band. One-man magic band played in the wee hours of the evening. Now you know that that is a thing. But you all were able to rest and do some last-minute downtime activities. So, as you all awaken this next morning, what do you all wish to do? We have the meeting early on at the castle. But other than that, there's some opportunities.
They probably want breakfast.
Hmm?
I would like to eat breakfast at least.
Oh yeah. Breakfast is offered and brought out. Probably, I believe it's a piece. What would you have?
I'm sorry?
What would you eat for breakfast?
Oh, goodness. You know, breakfast foods. What's breakfast food? Eggs.
Eggs. In this economy, 2 gold.
I don't know. What's on the menu?
It'd probably be eggs and some type of meats. There might be like a country fried steak, maybe some gravy as well.
I eat a bowl of gravy. No, I'll take the fried steak.
Perfect.
How many gold will that be?
Fried steak. Give me some pieces.
That's. Do they have change for gold?
Yeah, they'll do the change for the gold.
Nice. That's not correct.
Anyone
Not
else
you.
Anyone else eating anything?
Yeah, I'll get breakfast. Why not?
Okay. Yeah. You all get some variety of food. Typical, like, kind of less expensive meal is 2 silver pieces. You can do a 3 silver piece fried steak. If you want something truly fancy, it'd be a piece for a modest meal. The country fried steak really doesn't come with like sides or anything like that. It's literally just like a steak and some gravy.
What was the cheapest one?
This one is 2 silver pieces.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yep, you're given a bowl of oats. Yum.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I want to specifically eat my country fried steak by eating the fried breading first and then the meat.
That seems like a very you thing to do.
Thank you.
I imagine there might be another character that would do that. I'm thinking Ojal.
Good berry.
Forgot about that.
No, Jean doesn't eat food. Jean just
Good
eats his
berry.
fucking berries.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And maybe I'm wrong.
Why
Ace
would
is
you
the one
buy
who
food when you
hunkers.
could eat berry?
Ripley probably is very confused. He probably hates that. Yeah, you all have a nice meal relative to the establishment, and then make your way out of the inn, heading towards the center of the town. Just north of the main road that bisects the entire city of Broken Bridge, from where you can see both roads, both bridges, I mean, that lead out of the town. Just north of that, very south section of the is the Castle Ruckè. It is a tall, well-built stone castle with large, heavy-side roofs, worn with time and age. There is a great amount of green ivy that grows up. The castle walls from various different gardens that exist on the outside edges of it. The castle itself being built on the edge of like the mountainous, almost cliff-like portion of the town. It is raised off the main ground where the gardens are, on the outside edges of the walls, by about 50 feet. So it has this kind of elevated position above most of the other city, either other than the far corners of that rift section of town. But it has the ability to see well across what it owns and runs. You make your way up some of these rocky steps and are able to be brought to the main gate. There you see 2 large, magically enchanted portcullises are currently open partially. They allow for probably about maybe 10 feet of clearance. And you can see a great amount of guards and soldiers have been stationed out front. You also see a familiar figure right outside, currently looking at what looks to be some sort of timepiece. You can see Ruckè in all his kind of greasy glory. He looks up at you, smiles. Well, glad you can make it on time. Follow me. One second. Sorry about that. You all enter into Castle Ruckè. The gray stone walls pass over as you enter into the well-built structure. Compared to the only other castle you've actually seen up close and in person, somewhat. This differs very greatly to the castle within Cardinal, as this looks newer. Either it is more well maintained or has received more modern additions. This is a castle that attempts to look, modern, and has received many, many updates to it. Very similar-esque to like almost a Disney castle. It is reminiscent of a more modern castle structure rather than ancient. Upon entering in, you are brought through great halls with massive statues depicting ancient Ruckè kings of old, beautiful murals and paintings depicting the city's history and struggles of these individuals finding a fantastic island in the middle of a lake and making it their true home. The foundation of the Requiem Institute is the creation of these magical bridges that have kept this city safe and yet connected to the outside world. You are eventually brought forth into a large antechamber that is rather darkened. You can see there is a section of seats, one for each of you. Directly in front of you, there seems to be some sort of raised dais where you can see figures. You can't make them out, though, as they sit mostly in darkness. Go have a seat there. So, I am imagining you all sit down.
I don't see why not.
Yes.
You all sit before the dais. Trakan goes and walks up parts of the steps, and you watch his visage. You can clearly see who he is. The second he steps on this raised platform, you suddenly realize his features shift and change, and he becomes almost a shadow. And you cannot tell who he is once he steps on top. And the mixing of the shadows, once the other figures were in this meeting meet, you lose all track of which individual might be him, as they all kind of blend into an anonymity. A voice speaks. You've been brought forth for questioning. After the events of yesterday, where innocent blood was spilt within the city of Broken Bridge, we have a few questions for you, and a few matters of clarification. Yes. Let us begin. Do you all have a group name? Or are you individuals still?
Just individuals.
How dare we not group think?
Speak your names individually for the record.
Ripley.
Any surname, Ripley.
Nope.
Goodness. I guess we just go in turns.
Mm-hmm.
Asanath Larathren.
Ajal.
Okay.
Atlas Blackwell.
And the Gil will say his name as well. Gil, thank you for reading your names for the record. It is from our understanding that you entered this city through the Eastern Bridge not but 3 nights ago. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And upon entering the city, you were granted access to the Requiem Institute for a meeting.
I suppose that's what you could call it.
Evidence? You hear another one of the voices speaks. There is a hint to that voice of some sort of accent, but there seems to be some magical disruption with a lot of the voices here. They all seem very similar. You hear some sort of almost like shifting sound, and you kind of look behind you as you watch as some waterfall feature suddenly gets glimpses of images, and you see that there is POV footage almost of Dylon seeing you all exit from Kara's offices. This testimony was admitted into evidence by one Dylon, Shum, Archmage of the Requiem Institute. You were brought forth and into the Requiem Institute by one Mr. Colte.
Yes, that's correct.
What is your relationship with Colte?
We met him earlier in our travels, and he recommended we help with some of his research.
The voices go quiet for a moment. You can slightly tell that they might be talking to each other. It's hard to tell if it's magical illusion that is being cast within this chamber. That same voice picks up. Do you know what Colte teaches?
Oh, do I? Hang on. Notes.
Anyone know?
I know what he researches.
What is your research?
He researches the house. Here it is. He's researching the House of Carden, who were the rulers of Cardinal.
Isn't he also like the golem guy?
That's Hotet, yeah. That's his
Oh,
assistant.
yeah.
Yeah, he's researching the House of Carden, who were the rulers of Cardinal. They House Carden was here at the end of the Dawn Age. They were downcast angels. They built a kingdom. Crimson destroyed House Cardinal, and that's why they're here now. And if I could remember how to spell Caro the Necromancer's name, I might find out what.
K-A-R-R-O-W.
That's it. Thank you.
A lot of K names. I'm so sorry. Caro Verstek.
How could you do this to us? Caro, Colte.
I know.
I'm so proud of your notes. Also, there's no K in his name.
Who, Colte?
Caro Verstek. It's just ends with a C. Verstek. So names in D&D, you will get it wrong constantly. It's D&D names. I'm bad at names in real life too, so like, you know, I'm just passing this curse on others.
I could have sworn I took a note on what Caro teaches. Caro the Necromancer, what he teaches. It's
Probably necromancy.
not necromancy. I know that.
If you want, roll a history check,
I'm like,
because I'm pretty sure you learned this information.
I did. He
berries.
teaches something. Something. It's academic. 8. Ugh.
Yeah, if anyone else wishes to like try and remember some of the notes, you can roll history checks. Try and see if you can recollect something. Bonnie would know. Based on the few moments you had talking to Colte and Caro within the Requiem Institute, Colte specifically is an adjunct religious history professor with a specialized research in the religious nature of House Carden. Caro is a tenured healing magic and transmutation magic specialist professor. And technically, he is the one who actually created all that.
I didn't make a note about this, but I remember why I remembered something about it, and it's because I asked Colte about the big four, like the big religions in the city, and he was like, "Oh, funny, you should ask me that."
Mm-hmm.
Disappointed in myself.
Fake name.
Fake name? Whose fake name?
His name is Caro. And then Colte's full name is Colte Zoltech. But I imagine at this point, Bonnie, you probably speak up and say, you know, oh, Colte teaches religious history. Okay. The voice is quiet for a moment. They would next ask about Caro, and Caro's position in the meeting. What did you talk about?
That's not my business to discuss, so I keep my mouth shut.
As they say that, and you all kind of go quiet for a moment, there's a slight moment. You hear another voice echo from beyond this illusionary, almost shadow, shadowy field that protects their anonymity. And you hear that same voice replies, "Fine." Did your meeting with Caro and Colte have anything to do with the Stark Visnar?
No.
There's some words, again, you can just not make out. They are guarded. So, you were then spotted getting housing from Colte. You moored at a local inn. Next day, you went to magic items and attempted to do quests within the city. The Ark Scrolls, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
These quests that you picked up, one of them was a search and destroy, and the other was an investigation on spies within the agronomy war. Correct?
Yes.
And the Archmage, Dylon, showed up for both of these.
Well, I can only attest to the mission pertaining to the agronomy ward.
There's some words. You see one of the shadows kind of stands for a moment. So, Dylon helped you keep under wraps the menace underneath the city and promised aid.
I wouldn't know I wasn't there.
For the people who were there. Really?
Well, it was more.
I guess we.
From what he was telling us, it was more like trying to avoid a public panic type thing, not necessarily trying to like hide that something was happening for personal gain. It was just, why would we tell the townspeople that there's like a monster underground if we can just take care of it before it affects them?
And after this, you all went to free your other allies who were taking the spy quest. after they had gotten themselves imprisoned.
Yeah, but that was just a misunderstanding, so...
This spy quest. The Agricultural Alliance that had founded the South. They had hired you to investigate 2 individuals.
Look at their names. Yes, Tristan Collins and Stark Veldemir.
Tristan Collins, who is now imprisoned for being a spy and conspiring with our enemy. We found some incriminating evidence left in his house. Were you ever in his house?
I'm sorry, you broke up. What was the question?
Were you ever in his house?
I wasn't, but Agil did use the bathroom, yes.
Another voice. And after this, you all went to see Stark,
Correct.
and he was truly the spy.
Well,
When
it seems
we-
like he was one of them.
They were working together, you believe?
I wouldn't know, but it might make sense. Could be that they were unrelated.
Stark invited you into his house, talked with you, ate with you, and then attempted to incriminate you, forcing Dylon to respond.
Correct.
Free. Dylon that gives you a secret quest to deal with this menace.
I don't know if I would say it was a secret, but yes, we were given a quest to deal with the Stark Viznar.
So his orders weren't to deal with this quietly.
I don't remember.
One of my questions is, after this quest was given to you by Dylon, whether or not it was a secret quest, doesn't really matter. You all engaged Stark Viznar, supposedly at the old Verstek family manor. Is that correct?
Yes.
Why there?
We had prior business there and we figured we'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Prior business there. What business did you have at Verstek's old manor?
Again, it's not my business to say, so I can't say it.
Was this something Caro requested?
He did. He just wanted us to check out the old place, make sure it had some kind of creature in it or something.
Caro doesn't own that place anymore. Did he tell you that?
He didn't really say either way, but he seemed quite interested in it.
Was there anything taking residence in the old man?
No, there wasn't really anything.
Deception check. The voices murmur behind the veil of shadows for about a moment. So then, Starkvistnar ambushes you. It mostly loses the encounter. You can chase.
Correct.
Did you not think of the damage it could do while being chased?
Well, we were
No,
more
I was
concerned with preventing the damage it would cause if we didn't destroy it.
Supposedly, this creature has been living in Broken Bridge for months. It had not caused any havoc.
Yes, but it was spying of some sort. Imagine what
Was
kind of information it would get if it lived here for years.
it
As a
was spying.
shapeshifter, you don't know if it wasn't causing any problems because it could have just shifted and gone away and framed someone else.
The voices murmur quietly for a moment. Perhaps, but it had chosen to take on the form of a lowly farmer.
That's an
I'm a little
insult.
confused. Are you like upset that we killed this thing? Did you want it here? I'm just not quite sure what you're trying to imply.
The actions you chose yesterday, chase down the monster, were reckless. All we are getting. But you did kill it. Perhaps it could have done more damage. Perhaps not. Do you think it was working alone?
No. I've heard that Stark Visnars are quite loyal creatures.
The voices kind of fade back, begin to talk slightly to themselves. For quite longer than you would expect. It seems they are deliberating. If given leave, do you think you could attempt to hunt down whoever the Stark Visnar is working with? Would that be of interest to you?
Potentially.
We could attempt.
Although we may need some more clear guidelines of what we are and aren't allowed to do, just so we kind of don't end up in this situation again. Because it was really vague in our last agreement, so maybe that's sort of the problem we're in, is we weren't given enough structure, enough instruction, you know?
Yeah. Through the kind of like muffled veil that, hides a lot of the conversation that you're not supposed to hear, you distinctly hear someone laugh. It is
Great,
very
I'm glad
clear.
I'm funny to this person.
We would ensure you would know the details of this job before you would accept it.
Oh, another good question is how much does it pay?
Up front, the state can loan 20,000 gold pieces. But we'll get to that. In any case, it seems do not act with malice. The damage to city property was slightly minimal, as you were able to apprehend and destroy the beast fairly quickly. There is some financial compensation, some insurances that need to be rolled out to certain individuals, but could have been worse. So, the last thing we must do is we should get to the bottom of one mistruth that people spoke about during this. We know there was something within Carol Versteck's family home. There's traces of celestial magic left behind. Evidence of spell work that you will not use. Please, just tell us what was in there.
Out of character, I'm no snitch.
Yeah, right.
That angel was chill.
For now, until it wants to throw Bonnie back in the mirror.
We'll deal with that when it comes to it.
But also, it's watching us right now. I
Yeah.
bet.
How do we lie our way out of this one?
I don't think we can lie our way out of this one.
You're not in the zone of truth. You can't lie.
We can lie, but
What if we just bend the truth a bit?
it was the angel Gabriel!
Yes.
Not Zabriel. He was just chilling.
What if we say because you can summon celestials, so what if we just say that one of us summoned one?
What if they ask us to summon one as proof?
We'll just say we can't do it anymore. We can only do it once. Like we had a magic item that let us summon a celestial one time.
If they want to pay the 10,000 gold to have us summon a celestial, they can certainly do that.
Yeah.
They might, actually.
We just happen
100,000
to have a
gold,
one-use
then.
item that let us summon a celestial.
Wait, what if we just say that? What if we just say, yeah, it was a celestial? We're gonna be vague.
I mean, yeah, this is like a Lathander-based city, and we can just say it was a celestial of Lathander that said to not talk about it, you know?
We can just say that.
But I am not good at lying, so somebody else say it.
I'm not good at lying either. I get a +2.
Oh no, none of us are good at lying.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
good at
shouldn't
it
lie again.
anymore. I'm good at medicine right now. Bonnie! Lie for us, Bonnie! Make the capitalists lie!
Bonnie lies.
Yeah! This is
Capitalism
what your entire
lies.
career has been leading
Cap.
to.
Okay, yeah! Lie, Bonnie, lie!
It was a celestial of Lathander who helped us out in a time of need. I have a
think
+1. I'm not good.
I mean, I have a +2.
But we can back up your story to help.
Yeah. I don't have a proficiency right now. If you can let me take an 8-hour nap, I can have a proficiency.
Sorry, I'm the worst warlock ever.
I thought I was gonna have to butcher that Stark Visnar, so I took it out of deception and put it into medicine. I mean, wouldn't it be advantage if we're helping you?
If you're helping, yeah, I'd allow advantage. Ace probably chimes in every so often.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, +6? Bonnie's so good at lying.
So, you are saying that, what is your lie, actually?
It was a celestial of Lathander who was helping us out and then said, hey, don't talk about this, and left.
So, like a partial truth.
Yeah, partial truth. The best lies have a base in truth, you know?
True, true.
Mm-hmm. So you say
Ironically.
this lie, there is a silence beyond the shadowed curtain. Interesting. So a Celestial was staying in the old Versec home? celestial of Lander.
Yep.
That's what the capitalist said.
Unexpected. Well, I think we have all the questions we need from you. We'll be in touch. One of the shadows moves and steps out of the raised dais. And there, stepping down, you can see Trakan once more. He smiles at you. Y'all are set. We got everything we need from you. Come, let's get you all out of here. You all begin walking out. Who has the highest passive perception?
Mine's
Probably me.
15.
Mine's, what is mine? Where's
Mine's
18?
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, most of you are able to notice three other individuals are making their way down the other side of the dais, the other side of the room. And just from what you can see from the back of them, one is some human female, older, kind of wearing like dark grays and stuff like that. Can't really see get a good glimpse of her face. There is a kind of middle-aged dwarvish man, and the last one you recognize as them being 6'5", bald of head, and wearing a yellow wizard cloak. You recognize that Dylon was probably on that council.
Was that a human woman?
Yes, human woman, middle-aged dwarf, like old human woman, middle-aged dwarf, and then Dylon as well. Absolutely.
Was Dylon the one who laughed at me?
Maybe. So you're all escorted out by Drakon himself through the same, kind of busy castle rooms. I hope that didn't scare you all too much. Really, we just wanted to know some information. Well, council works by anonymity most of the time. We knew you weren't dangerous, per se. You weren't enemies of the state. You came in through the main bridges. Five, 6. Oh, sorry. My line is 6'6". Or 6'5", sorry. I might have said that wrong, I'm not gonna lie.
Is he a short king?
No, he's tall as fuck.
No,
Rude.
he's a tall peasant.
I wouldn't say as fuck.
Okay, but you're a freak, so
Oh, I'm sorry, is
That's
6'6" not
maybe
tall
medium.
to you?
No.
Are you incapable of having an objective standard for reality?
Yes, I've met people that are over 7 feet tall, so yes.
and that's not
That
right.
doesn't mean that's not tall.
Is that your family? What?
No, my family only
Oh.
goes up to 6.
Are you talking to giraffes?
Yes.
He is considerably above the average height by like 8 inches.
Super tall.
Eat your vegetables.
Yeah, don't eat your nitrates. But anyways, Trakan. Um, there is some talk, rumor that we have been getting. You may have had a meeting with a certain leader, Mild Glance. Is that correct?
Did he say we had a meeting with the Empire of Glass?
With a certain member of the Empire of Glass.
Oh, do they count as stalkers by this point? Oh, you mean back in Red Ridge?
Yeah. Nizor,
I
I believe.
I guess if you want to call a hostile takeover a meeting, then yes.
Hmm. Well, then might even be more perfect than you realized. I'm sure this will all be brought up soon. But if you want, some extra money, we can tell you all already looking for jobs. Well, why not give aspiring, young, interesting folks some careers that they're looking for? Anyways, perhaps this rise or someone with the stock as well as me.
Perhaps.
Eventually, you all are let out of the main portcullises outside the main castle gate. Well, thank y'all for coming to this meeting. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be in touch soon.
You enjoy your day as well.
Thank you. Back inside, leaving you all out on the city streets.
We're free! We're free to run loose and be menaces once again.
Absolutely.
What careers does he want us to do? Contract mercenary jobs? That's all we can do. Chaos and capitalism? Those go hand in hand. Shall we go prey on the poor of the city and offer them healing?
It's been so long since you pulled a grand scheme like that.
Yeah, or basic. Let's go doctor the poor. We haven't been told it's illegal.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh, and if we make it to work, oh yeah, we're accepting donations. But you only get good healing if you donate something. Then they can't even say that we're making money off of it because they're donations. The healing is
true.
free. These people are just so grateful.
What are they gonna do? Make fantasy IRS?
Should definitely let Ripley skim some off the top as well in terms of hit points.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially if they don't donate.
Yeah. If they donate, I won't skim it, but if they're gonna be cheap about it,
This is our scheme.
Every group needs a scheme. If you're not
Locate
scheming, you're
those who
being
are
scammed.
hurting. Truly. This is a scam or be scammed world.
oh,
Really
by the
funny
way,
how
once
we
we're like in a not populated area, I do want to cast another one of these silly spells.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh. Oh, you have plenty of time for the remainder of the day.
Okay, I want to find the safest place I can to cast what I am seeing as fireball.
Okay. So, go ahead. So, like, you go to a safe space, like a park or something like that.
Well, somewhere without like a bunch of like greenery I can set on fire.
Hmm. So,
Is there a
do you
skate
want
park?
a skate park?
I just need like a concrete or like a stone area. Someplace I'm not gonna like set shit on fire if this does cast fire.
Yes. You go and begin searching the parks of the city. Go ahead and make an investigation.
Okay.
Yeah. You find one that appears to be what was probably an old square, like one of these old town squares that has lost a lot of the businesses that were around it. They have thus turned into small homes and stuff. And that square, now no longer populated with vendors and all sorts of stuff, has kind of turned into like a small get-together park. More benches have been
Oh.
brought in. There's a fountain in the center, but it's mostly empty.
The perfect place to set off a bomb.
Mm-hmm. You do see like probably one couple sitting on a bench, somewhat close, looking at the fountain, but there's plenty of space for fireball.
I will warn them beforehand that I'm gonna cast a spell that I don't know what it does.
Yes, you walk up, you can see this young couple are really talking to each other. They both look at you. Okay. Just watch out for us then, I guess.
You got it. And then I'll walk 30 feet away and cast a fireball.
Mm-hmm. So you cast fireball. You read off the spell. Is anyone else with you at this point?
If anyone wanted to come, they could have. I don't know if anybody
Sure.
else cares about this fucked up spell book.
It's interesting. Might as well.
Okay. Yeah, so the two the couple are sitting there watching, kind of turn it into like a little show for themselves. As you and Jal are there, and you cast fireball. So are you aiming for a specific spot?
Up in the air.
In the air, okay.
But yeah, that's the safest place.
um, so you begin speaking the words of the spell. And as you finish off, the blast catches in your throat and you cough. Until you feel something well up in your throat and you look up into the air where you wanted it and you launch a fireball 20 feet or 30 feet into the air. The two ladies, the couple, just go, as you send this little ball of fur into the sky that explodes in a 20-foot sphere of just wet, noodly hair.
Awful.
Amazing.
Do I get the sense that would cause damage or just be uncomfortable?
Oh, it does damage. It's the
Incredible.
same damage as Fireball.
Okay. It's just hair damage.
Yes.
Psychic
So many hair
damage.
splinters.
No, it's just bludgeoning damage. But you now know how to cast the spell Furball through your magic book.
Great.
Amazing.
Alright, I've got Arcane Band and Furball. Alright, I walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the two girls, they just watch you walk away after they're expecting something way cooler than you basically vomiting.
Oh, okay. Well, if they want something cool, I'll just cast like, I don't know, what's a spell I can cast that like
They're-
looks cool.
Just so you know, they're both staring at you with the most judgmental looks on their faces right now. They don't know if they trust you with anything cool.
Okay. Well, I only have scary stuff. So I guess I'll cast I'll just cast a Hunger of Hadar off like a little bit of ways away, so they just get to see a sphere of yucky darkness.
You summon
all
a
I got.
Hunger of Hadar. There is a sphere of tentacles and darkness and wet slurping sounds. And they look at you, and just look like, who are you?
Can I
I
use
give them a thumbs
mold
up.
earth? Can I use mold earth to make a little hedgehog on the ground in front of them out of dirt?
Sure. Roll a nature check.
Alright.
How well do you know what a hedgehog looks like?
Or survival check. I'll allow either of those.
Okay. 22.
22.
Why do I have disadvantage
Yeah,
on?
you create this little hedgehog made of dirt. And you can see one of them is probably more like doesn't want to get dirty and is more like careful about her appearance. The other one goes, "Ooh, I actually like this," and we'll just grab it. Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah, and so the two of you, one of you just seems like a weird freak for coughing up a furball and summoning some
This is normal behavior.
normal behavior is wet darkness and a furball.
For Ripley, yeah, that's pretty normal.
Meanwhile, Lajal gives this nice couple a nice little hedgehog. And the second you go walking away, they just begin making out again. So they just go back to what they were doing. Now one hedgehog richer, and you now know your spell. Furball.
Great. I
Arcane
get to do it
Band.
again tomorrow.
It's actually a decent spell. Yeah, so the range of Furball is 60 feet, just so you know.
Okay, so it's just like a fireball, essentially.
Yeah,
Just grosser.
yes. It's
So
just
very,
you coughing it
very thematic for you.
Like I said, some of these, technically, this one was missing a letter, so you know. And one letter was changed. They're all,
Yeah, that's 2 letters different.
yeah.
Unless fur is spelled like a tree.
No, it's just Furball.
A ball of trees.
I love this magic item. It's so weird. So weird. don't use this deck of cards enough, but I try every so often because they have some food. Because that's also where, what was it? The glasses that Seer had? Arthur's goggles? What's the name of those?
I believe it was like Artificer's goggles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The Ring of the Rodent was from their Soldier's Trinket. I think did I ever show you the... For some reason, the Wand of Spider Summoning comes to mind. I might show. Disorder. It looks... The art for that one is just very weird, so it always comes to mind. Yeah, cool books. Swarm Ranger? Hell yeah. We can find BBs.
I know that reference.
I'd hope so. It's my favorite. Can be a pet. We can finally BBs. So anything else anyone wishes to do?
I'm good.
Seek out the weak.
Oh yes, do we want to do
Yes!
potentially medical malpractice?
Let's prey on the poor! Just like real
Hell yeah.
doctors!
Damn. So true.
Actually, insurance
Mark,
companies.
this is
but-
good news. We can finally we can be bees. This
We're
isn't
the
your world,
insurance
but
now.
we can be bees.
Hell
This is
yeah.
good news. You can be
you
a
wanna
bee.
come along
You'll
to get
live
healing?
like a bee.
For
Yeah.
Hadar?
So,
I'll come along because I have nothing else to do.
so you take out your morose monocle and begin to seek out those who seem injured and weak. So go ahead and make me either an investigation check or perception check. Yes, normal, because you're the only one who can see through the monocle at the moment. Actually, hold up. Let me pull up the actual magic. Yes, yeah, so it's just a regular check. You get advantage on insight. There you go. Yeah, so 17. You begin looking around. There is a lot of people who have like slight discomfort, some smaller ailments. The second you start getting further and further down the city, though, is when you start finding the people who have been working with their bodies for a very long time. Farmers who have lifted bales of hay over their shoulders for the past 30 years. Sailors who have been reeling in fish in their nets by hand. There is a lot of hurt people, and you're able to find a lot of them and offer them whatever you want. See, you're able to find some people who have a lot of like pain and injuries over the years.
I have cure wounds, healing word, lesser restoration,
I've got some
and
healing
mass
words.
healing word.
I've got 5 healing words.
I can inflict wounds if they want to die.
Damn.
So we've had a long rest since I cast my spells. Why don't I put it in?
Because you used up your spells. I mean, you forgot to put them in.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. How did you know?
Sidekick over here.
Oh my god. Call the government.
Not a big fan of them.
That's fair. Grim is God confirmed.
I am God.
All I can think right now is that short animation where it's like, did you know that dog spelled backwards is God? That's nice, Tracy. And then dog says, kill your parents, Tracy. And she says, okay, God.
Huh?
I'll find it. It's a thing.
Are you sure it's real?
Are you gonna find it or make it?
Are you going to kill your parents?
No! I love my parent. One of them's dead already.
Oh no.
I feel that.
Yeah, robot chicken.
Robot?
I'm not crazy.
Oh.
Mommy, did you know dog spelled backwards is God?
That's right, dear. You're such a clever little girl.
Kill your parents, Tracy.
I will, God.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah, see, I'm not crazy.
Well, you are, just not about
Awful.
this time.
I miss
hate
those
that.
Never
shows.
crazy. It all makes sense.
What was the... what's the one that's really religious and really terrible?
VeggieTales?
VeggieTales.
No.
Yeah, VeggieTales
Um,
isn't terrible. VeggieTales is incredible.
Yeah, VeggieTales is pretty good, actually.
I
VeggieTales is
watched-
actually like
Yeah,
revolutionary
yeah.
tech.
Yeah, I had it on VHS, so I watched that shit on repeat for years.
New VeggieTales though, awful, terrible.
I haven't watched it. I've
Yeah,
only seen
exactly.
VeggieTales old enough to be on VHS.
You're learning that the vegetables will always go to hell because they can't go to heaven.
Yeah, because they don't have
Yeah.
a soul.
Yeah, because they're just vegetables. So they're always like, yeah, you go to heaven. And it's like, why do these vegetables participate in this religion if they're just going to go to hell?
Real.
Oh,
These
I have a
vegetables could be
video
like
I need to
committing
send
the
you, Ro.
purge, and their like afterlife will not change. God will never
I
reward them for their
had-
faith.
I had a VeggieTales tape that I would play at night to fall asleep to, and I could not find that this thing existed, and I thought I was going crazy for like 10 years because I couldn't find it anywhere. And Archibald Asparagus sings The Boar's Head, and it's crazy.
interesting. The one I was talking about is Moral Oral.
What about Oral?
He's
No.
It's Moral Oral. It's claymation. So it reminded me a lot of chicken. The only
Liz,
good character
whenever you have
in
free
the show.
time, definitely watch that Real Lesson because it's quite good.
It's the only good character in the show. Only that gives this little poor child any sage advice. Everyone else sucks.
Whoa, the emo.
Honestly, it had good morals.
All right, we have to play Dungeons and Dragons where we have
Yes,
bad
yes.
morals.
Yeah,
We're
so you're able
evil.
to find some people to horribly trick into giving them your life savings. So you have some spells, you have some healing potions. How much are you charging? And yeah, sure. How much would you charge?
Well, it's not charging.
Yeah, I think technically it's free. There's 2 free samples, and then we're not charging. We're taking donations.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
those
you
who
like
give
kind of
donations may receive higher quality healing.
You can neither confirm nor deny.
So yeah, you're on like a street corner peddling like free donations, healing potions. Well, no,
Free
like free samples. Sorry, that's what I meant. Free samples, healing potion. Try one. See if you like it. And you're specifically saying that when like the more person's nearby. Okay, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Damn.
Is anyone else helping you?
I mean, I
I'd try to
assume
help.
all 3 of us are like
I think
advertising.
because I probably look vaguely religious in my fucked up clothes. I'm gonna try to market to the more religious people, but I'll keep the god vague. I won't say a god's name.
Okay, I'd allow advantage then. You're like, okay. 13. People are generally wary, due to, the nature of healing, and you're just giving out free samples. People don't have a lot of trust, especially with, the way things are working. It's because you put it on advantage, and it shows the higher number of the 2. You should have just rolled it like one more time, as one roll, but it's fine. You're fine. But during that time, people are generally more suspicious. But you are able to eventually get this kind of crotchety looking older man over, who seems to have had many years out on the lake, dredging up fish from as far below as he can get. You have free healing samples. I'll take some magic.
Very well. Could I ask what exactly has been troubling you so that I can pick the best spell for your ills?
Well, recently I'm getting up there in age, and some of the nets have been burning a lot more, and he kind of shows you his hands. You can see very well-worn, calloused, sun-dried hands that have very serious rope burn all across the middle of them. It's kind of like red and sticky. It's very, very kind of gross.
The cure wounds should fix him up. Mostly, at least. I'm gonna first level cure wounds this guy.
And I will use my reaction to take 3 of that.
Wow, bad.
Mm. He regains 3 hit points, which
Sorry, man. God hates you.
you watch as the wounds on his hands begin to heal up, and a lot of that kind of burn is greatly assuaged. There's still some elements of scars and some scabbing that still is there, but for the most part, he looks a lot better than he did. He kind of also straightens his back out a little bit and probably feels a lot better. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Tell me what
Maybe
temple
get
are
some
you-
gloves for work as well.
I was wearing them. That's why it was only so minimal.
Yeesh.
What temple are you with?
Oh, I'm afraid we're not with a temple officially. We're traveling adventurers and thought that we might help out where we go.
Oh, so noble. I'll, here, I don't got much on me. He fishes out 2 gold pieces.
Take it.
Mm-hmm. Take that.
May you have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. I'll send some of my friends over. They might need some help too. And
We'll be here.
eventually, he sends over some of his fellow fishermen who all have various wounds. Some range from sunburns to accidental stab wounds that are still partially healing over, and they run you out of all your healing for the course of the day.
Okay, I'll just get rid of
How
all of my
much total
spells.
healing? Yeah, how much total healing are you able to do?
3 more first levels, 3 second levels, 2 third levels.
And I've got 5 first
Um,
level healing
And
words.
if they'll gather up in groups, I can do 2 mass healing words.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Yeah, eventually
that-
once word goes around that you all are, doing, healing like this, and asking for people to kind of gather, mm.
so I have 6 total spells, 3 first level, 3 second level, and then
Yeah.
the 2 third levels are mass healing word.
Nice.
And I've got
Well,
5.
Sweet. So with the mass healing word, all of those extra heals that you're able to do and give out to people, you're actually surprised with how many people come to you, because you don't technically charge. You're just accepting donations. There are a couple stiffs. Some people in like the mass heals just let someone else tip for them, but generally people do tip pretty decently. In the end, you come out with 320 gold pieces additional.
Hell yeah!
Damn. How many healing points am I
Like-
able to siphon?
How many reactions do you have?
I mean, all of them. 1 per turn, which is how many spell, like a healing spell we can do per turn.
So that's roughly, if I calculated that correctly, because it was what it should have been 16 different individual heals.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Well, I'm not gonna siphon off all of them, because the ones who are paying, I'm not siphoning. Because I want to instill a subconscious, like, oh, maybe paying.
You ask for
is
donations
better.
before or after that? Because most people are not paying. It's via donation. Usually
That's
donations
true.
afterward.
You
Okay,
should
I'll
just-
just siphon half off all of them. I'm greedy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not greedy. Hadar is greedy.
You're hungry.
Mhm. Yeah, so with that, you siphon probably on, well, 16 individual heals. What's the average you can take? You can just do half.
Yeah, just half.
I believe average of 8, of like 1d8 plus wisdom.
We just say like 4 each, maybe 3 or 4.
Um, average. What is this? It should be 10, actually.
Yeah, but then I'm getting half of that, so
Yeah, so 5 each. So 5 times 16. So you gain 80 points for Hadar.
oh boy, he's eaten well this week.
Yeah, with every single taking of hit points, you can feel that presence on your back, looking over your shoulder. It's tighter and tighter as the feeling inside your skull grasps closer towards you, and you just feel this pleased expression come from Hadar.
But does my shoulder hurt less is more important.
Actually, yes.
Incredible.
He is too distracted by the amount of healing that he suddenly relaxes the pain and discomfort that he probably has been causing you through your arm. And you feel good. You feel empowered. Almost as if you have been blessed by Hadar for the amount of healing you've just given him. So, let's see. One thing real fast. It's a lot of scrolling. I don't think I. Oh, do I have to pin? I pinned. Yeah, you are empowered by Hadar. Currently, in the very next combat that you have, you will have 2 reactions per round.
Whoa. That's huge.
You fed Hadar, he's gonna
Okay.
give you a bonus, you know?
Hell yeah.
Serving Hadar isn't so bad.
Let me just make a note of that. Thank you, thank you. And thank you to Ace and Bonnie for letting me mooch.
Of course. I love nothing more than serving Hadar.
You would.
Yeah. So your plan goes successfully. There's a lot of wounded individuals have been cured. Um, people generally just feel better also now that they have been healed slightly. Oh, pretty much. You've definitely, maybe not brought it back to life, but you've definitely extended some lives. Improved them even.
Yeah, killing a bunch of kids is definitely evened out by extending the lifespan of old people.
Hey, the kids were an accident.
Yeah,
The old people were on purpose. So they mean more. They're worth more
yeah, for
points.
sure.
Also, we've improved our reputation among the poor people, which means they'll be easier for me to take advantage of later.
Poor people.
Very true. Also, so true, Bonnie. We didn't kill those kids.
Yeah.
They
As long as
happened
we
to be
told
caught in a
that
concussive
guy.
blast. That's not our fault.
Yeah,
They
he
shouldn't
could
have
have
been
not
there.
done that.
The only one visibly following the monster was Ripley.
Don't worry
They
about it.
know you were the wolf.
Not
They
everybody.
already know.
Don't worry about it.
Not
It's
the
fine.
random poor people.
But hey, you know what? That's why Ripley's here, earning a better reputation for himself.
Mm-hmm, totally.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's probably
The
also
old-
some people who like recognize you from that previous event, because it's been a day, and you know, Birdman, Birdie, no. Ripley's not bald. Is you bald?
No, he's definitely not bald.
Oh. Double check. I was like, I'm pretty sure Ripley has some
We had
hair.
a whole conversation about how his hair is greasy.
Yeah. I
Oh,
watched
what if
Bob,
he
I
just had
remember.
a greasy a greasy scalp? Sorry, I had a
Extra
revelation.
shiny. Oh gosh, what if Snape was bald?
Oh, an
I hope
interesting
so.
concept.
No, I don't want the bald Snapchat filter. Thank you very much. There you go. You're welcome.
I don't like that.
Really? Why
Why
not?
does he look like a politician?
Look at this
He
one.
does, actually.
Kind of looks like Dr. Evil.
Look at this one.
That first one kind of reminds me of Vin Diesel. Okay, we have to move on.
Awful.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So useful day of healing.
Yeah, a
Mhm,
useful
mhm.
day of healing, a useful day of meetings. Yeah, you've gotten a lot done today. Anything else you all wish to do for this remainder of your day?
we can go try to talk to Caro at some point because he did promise us some rewards for clearing out his place.
So true. I mean, basically.
The angel is gone.
Do you want to go and try and find him?
Why not? Well, it vanished, but we don't have to tell him that. We can say we killed it or just got rid of it or whatever.
So you all make your way to the Requiem Institute once more. There you find, as it is later in the day, like much later, the variety of students is mostly people coming home from either late night classes, people gathering and kind of having fun. You can see there's some people using the last bit of sunlight during these winter times to sit next to the tower and talk, or play some type of wizard games while out on the kind of public sections. You make your way into one of the main buildings that houses the teachers' offices and make your way towards Kara's. You pass by Colte's office, right next to Kara's, where you can see there is a little light on within his office. Other than that, a lot of teachers seem to have left already. Do any of you wish to knock?
Yeah, I'll bang loudly on his door.
Do a cop knock.
There is a heavy set of footsteps you can hear. Opening the door, you can see Hotet. Or and Hotet? It's hard to tell. But sitting behind his desk, you can see Kara is currently working away on some papers. Seems he might have actually decided to do some schoolwork. It's hard to tell. You can see him there with his dark long hair. Is currently using one of his ink quills and writing. Atlas and everyone else, come on in. I've heard through the grapevine you were talked to.
Yeah, we got mixed in with some stuff.
I bet. I bet. Well, seems like I wasn't your first priority in town. Which is fair enough. I'm glad you were able to find some quests to. So hear that one of them ended you in a little bit more hot water. But it seems the steam has gone down. Well, looks like you all are moving on. I wasn't able to ascertain what happened, but I want to know. I'm sure. Tell me. You visited my old home.
Yep, we did, and we found and cleared out that celestial you mentioned.
Cleared it out, huh?
Yep,
What was
it's
it?
gone.
If I can ask. What was it looking for?
Well, I'm not sure. We didn't really have much of a conversation before being attacked.
By the Stark Viznar. No, I find it funny that they used the Stark Viznar. He stands after putting his quill away. Their origins are. Looks at you. Dangerous. I never expected there to be something like that. Do you know how they're made?
No, not particularly.
Well, the Stark Viznar is a byproduct. Technically, it is a creature of devotion. It serves. We've created it greatly. Typically, creation of Stark Viznar is exclusive to one of great magical power. When someone is empowered in magical means. Have you ever heard of a lich?
Yeah, I heard about them once before.
Well, typically, in the lore, Stark Viznar is a byproduct. A being of great evil when something is created. The residual power changes, attracts nearby creatures. Strange, don't you think? That religious zealots would employ such a thing. It must be so loyal to someone there.
So you believe the Stampar is doing that sent this one?
Well, it was a spy, was here for some task. Right?
As far as
Dylon,
we're aware.
far as you're aware. Well, Nyla hasn't told me too much. I may be tenured, but he still doesn't like that I am. But he wanted my opinion on it. Seeing as I am a mutation specialist. To create something like that takes great power. And I don't think they really would have gone the route of Witchstone. But something else, perhaps. I don't know what they're crafting over there. It scared me. Clearly, I scare them. To scare was at you once more as he stands, goes around his desk, sits on it from the front. It seemed to scare a lot of things. This angel was looking for.
Well, I'm not really sure. We didn't really get into specifics with the angel.
Make a deception check. Well, I guess I'll just have to believe you then. Whatever the case, hopefully it's far gone now. I can get back into my old man. Thank you for this. It was a good help.
Well, I think you did promise us some rewards for doing this.
I did. And is there anything specific you all want? I am a tenured mage professor. Can possibly work something out. I am proficient in healing and transformation magics.
Well, I'm sure you know what I want.
I know what you want. I do. She's safe. Why don't I give you 2 time, actually, while the others discuss what you might want to need. So while you all begin to think about what you might want as a reward from Carl, because I don't believe he specifically stated it for doing this, he kind of ushers Atlas over to him. If you can find me, go ahead. It's probably time. So, Atlas, do you follow Caro?
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay. So he takes you, kind of escorts you to the back of the room. There, past his desk, is a tall window that currently is outstretched, facing one of the far sections of the north side of the city, spilling into the last remaining sections of light in this space. You begin to notice a faint shimmer within the light, and it seems to be coming through the glass. And he walks up to that faint shimmer and grabs it and opens the door. There, he takes you inside to a kind of open space. It is a small open foyer with marble floors, tall pillars that reach into a black inky sky. Before you is what looks to be multiple open doorways that stretch on in 3 different directions. She's in the center home. Take the right door, go left, right, left, and you'll find her. Try not to get lost in the maze. I've told some of the staff to there's some traps within it. And don't go looking too deep. Nothing here is truly permanent. Come out what you need. Come out when you need. And I'll kind of step back through the space, leaving you in a demi.
Yeah, I guess I'll head down in the directions he said.
Mm-hmm. The manor that he has built is a maze of corridors that interconnect and move sporadically. It is a strange way. I mean, you've never seen any magic like this, so you don't even know how someone could have created something like this. But it is beautiful. The marble clatters beneath your feet as you make your way through. And soon you burst through into a wide open clearing. There you can see in this comfortable, warm space, there is a almost open ceiling. The darkness that kind of filled the space as the columns went up is filled with beautiful night sky. Stars twinkle overhead, and you can see there are small trees set within the space, within this open clearing. A small little fountain babbles in the middle. You can see between the trees there is looks to be some sort of hammock that has been strung up. Clothes as well have been set and arranged. And you can see there is a small little, almost picnic-esque dining table adorned with different foods and snacks. And the thing that catches you is the singular female leg that is draped over the edge of the hammock. She doesn't seem to have noticed your arrival within this kind of garden. She stays in, it seems.
I think I'll just run over to her.
The heavy footfalls of your feet on the grass kind of actually seem to startle her, as she kind of sits up very rapidly in the hammock, eyes wide, not expecting someone to just rush. But your arms are around her before she can even do anything. And there's an initial point of tenseness, and then she immediately relaxes and melts in your arms. As the two of you embrace each other. I didn't expect you to be here this fast. You immediately feel some sort of wetness on your shoulder as you realize she's crying immediately. Atlas.
Yep, I'm here.
You two hold each other for what feels like eternity. A good eternity. An eternity filled with happiness and joy. But ones whose parting eventually comes as she and you push away slightly just to see each other's faces. She smiles. You can see her bright yellow eyes gleaming yours. She puts her head directly on your forehead. You can see the tears welling out of her eyes as she openly weeps for you. So I know we didn't describe her, but it was Misha or Misha?
Misha.
Misha. Do you want to describe Misha's appearance? I know she's a tiefling, but if you had any like kind of headcanon that you wanted to share, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I think a while I think I have a photo saved like a while ago. Let me find that. Might be easier.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, Karo steps back out of the demi-plane door and closes it. Well, Atlas will be in there probably for longer than we expect. Is there anything specific you all are looking for? I do have sway with some magic item dealings. I can potentially get something moved up in the books, or something crafted specifically.
I mean, magic items are great, generally. I don't know if there's like political poll anybody would prefer though.
I don't have much political. The only reason I'm not fired is because I'm tenured.
What do the rest of y'all think?
Yeah. I mean, magic items seem good. Does he know anyone in the black market?
Black market, you say? I'm sure I have some contacts. I work with a lot of individuals, a lot of things. There's some in Redbridge I know of.
Oh, that city's basically gone.
It's under the control of Rhizor and the others, but I'm not too worried about it. The only reason they found me in Bitterwood is because I'd been there for far too long. Under one of my more open aliases.
Well, definitely, I like this potential agreement.
I'm glad we don't have to be enemies. I really was worried you were going that path.
This is out of character. The end goal is still to kill this guy, right?
That's what Alice wants.
Okay, that's what I thought. But I mean, if we can squeeze as much out of him before we kill him, could be useful.
What was once yours. By, if you're referring to your angelic nature, well, that I can help you with. No amount of healing magic is going to bring back what you were. Not even transmutation can do that. But if we can walk this golden path together, we can claim your heritage. Make an Arcana check. It's your more um 21. Yeah, you'd probably have been studying magic since you kind of came to this world. Because most likely it would have not been super important back when you were an angel, but on a material world, it would definitely. So you know that 11th level spells are banned; they don't exist. Anything over 9th level doesn't exist anymore. However, it seems that those rules can be bent. There was a magic item found supposedly 20 years ago that allowed a lich from this continent to cast, for the first time since its first casting, a mythical 12th level spell and multiple 11th and 10th level spells. So there's precedent. I said yellow eyes. Yeah, I look yellow in the night. Same, honestly. That's so cool. Is it like the last character you had, or?
No, just art that I found online like a while ago.
Nice. Good art.
It's very, very pretty.
Mm-hmm. I was definitely
Yeah.
going with like the red skin route. I like that it's pink skin. Pink skin, pink hair, pink tiefling. Um, what did he say? Caro? Oh, did I cut out? He said that if you're referring downstairs. Thank you, Devin. He said that if you're referring to your angelic nature, that no amount of healing or transmutation magic can match you. But he can still help you. The golden path that he wants to walk as well is open. And that can give you back that angelic blood heritage that has been stolen from you since you were downcast. And he would love to return it to you. If that would help you recover your third eye. Zabriel's angel, the one who follows Zabriel, he claimed that the golden path was dangerous. And that no one should walk it. Heard that the path is dangerous. How much are you willing to climb? My life is not what I want it to be. I've done great things. I have attained security, safety. I could settle into a life I do. Teaching, learning, knowledge, healing those that are broken, and experimenting and changing things that should be changed. My family sacrificed everything. The gardens died for this path. They grew to great heights, being kings, queens, emperors, empresses. But they weren't settled with it. It's because we're missing something. Because we had something that was taken from us. I do know how it feels to lose something like that. To be without. I'll do anything. It's difficult. saying this? Because in our first meeting, I threw you to the wolves. I assumed you could escape, get out there, but it was going to be neat to me. I apologize for doing it. But you can see my reasoning. If you were in a situation where everything you had been working up to was being brought to the forefront to be taken down, would you not sacrifice people you don't know? How much are you willing to sacrifice, Bonnie, to get that third eye? Become angelic again, because you have the strongest blood of all of us here. Between you, me, Atlas. What would you do? Meanwhile, Atlas, you are currently talking to your wife. Bonnie, you can type that out and send it in the chat. I'll respond when you finish. Do you want to describe your wife to us, Atlas?
Yeah. Yeah, because she's a tiefling, pink skin, pink hair. I guess kind of like dressed like, like when I first met her, it's like more like fancy, and like freckles on her face, and I don't know. I guess like bluish eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looking in your eyes, that yellow glint from the soft candlelight within this kind of outdoor chamber fades, and you can see, as you look into her eyes, the soft light blue. She looks up at you. She takes a hand and brushes it all along the side of your face, feeling your wounds and your scar, looking at your white hair. It's still you, but you've suffered. Are you okay?
Well, I mean, I've been better, but seeing you makes me feel much better.
It makes me feel better too. It is lonely here. Kara doesn't. He's not the best at talking or entertainment. So I just need to sit out here and look at the stars. Hide. When I need to.
And he hasn't done anything to you, right?
Oh, he's been a good host. I don't remember a lot. From when I was I was told you brought me to him to save me. And he did. Did you get my letter?
I did.
Good. He told me that that there was a falling out. There could be resentment between you and him. He's scared of you, Agnes. He really is. Because he wants your help. And he has been very good. Taking care of me. He brings in friends of his, doctors, to look, and she puts a hand on her stomach at me and help me through this. I didn't know. I didn't expect when he told me, and I couldn't hold you and tell you. I felt so alone.
Well, I am trying to get you back, because I don't trust him at one single bit.
I just don't. I know we're in Broken Bridge. He's told me that much. I was allowed to go visit one of his doctor friends for one of my checkups. I just don't know if it's safe. I don't know anyone here. And I can't really go back to Bitterwood. Not in the state I'm in. State it's in, supposedly, with whatever is happening. He says that there's a war, that people will be looking for me.
Yeah, as much as I hate to admit, you probably are the safest here, but if you truly want to get out, I will break you out of here this instant.
She puts her hand from her stomach right back on your cheek. I always wanted to be a hero. And you always were mine. Hi, beautiful night. It might be safer for me here for the moment. But you can always visit me. And perhaps Broken Bridge seemed really nice. If nothing bad happens, maybe we could get away from small town life.
Yeah, that does sound nice.
It's so good seeing you. Here, she kind of moves for you to kind of get up. She gets off of the hammock she's just been sitting in, kind of awkwardly, reuniting with you. She takes your hand, leads you over to a very soft, cushioned couch. Next to it, you can see there's a table with what looks to be teacups and bunches of books. It seems like she's been going through everything. You two sit down. She makes you look up at the night sky above, puts her head on your shoulder, and asks you to tell her everything that happened since. Just to reconvene and relearn about each other. Is there anything you leave out, or anything specific you would bring up, ask me questions of her, or anything like that?
I guess I'll probably leave out any details that get like too gory or kind of like morally ambiguous, I guess.
Yeah. Do you tell her what happened to you?
Yeah, I'll tell her about that.
Okay. The whole time, she holds your hand, and will probably say that, she might crack a couple jokes here and there. You know, saying stuff like she thinks you look more handsome now that you've died, or something like that. But she just listens. Eventually, your stories end. And she is astonished, very proud of how far you've come to see her, and how much you've seen. She'll probably say something. I've been seeing the world through books and learning a lot, but you've seen the world actually so much. And you're strong. But you've done so many things that have proven your strength. I'm proud of you. So, any predictions? She puts her hand back in her stomach.
I don't know. It's always hard to figure these things out.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be a paladin.
Huh, that would be
Or,
something.
sorry, I think they're going to be a paladin. She's just making a joke. Um, um, but no, she kind of agrees with you. It's difficult. And you have angelic blood.
Yeah, apparently. I only found out when he told me.
It's strange. An angel with horns. Because they will have horns.
Yeah, that is true. How many more months?
Still pretty early. So, it's probably going to be about 7 months. It's going to be a lot. I definitely know I don't want to raise them here. In this beautiful, yet slightly eerie garden. But I'll have to find something out. We have time. Lots of time. Have Have you ever had angelic experiences?
Not that I can really recall. It only thing I can think of it might be the reason why I'm still alive.
Glad you are. She nudges you. You said your friends are outside?
Yep, they are.
I'd like to meet them. They sound interesting. Seeing as they helped you get this far.
Oh, well, I guess I can introduce you to them if you want.
Give me an excuse to get out of the garden. So, as you finish up your talk with Misha, Bonnie, are you set for the rest of your conversation? I know it's a lot of typing. I gotcha. Does anyone wish to say anything, do anything, so we can bam?
Oh boy. What kind of black market deals does he think he'd be able to manage?
Oh
What should
boy.
we be expecting?
Who can he introduce us to?
Essentially, there is a criminal underbelly within Broken Bridge. They have the ability to ferry goods and supplies up and down river pretty easily, actually. So he can introduce you to them. He also offers, if you have an interest in like a specific like magic item, so like essentially, like if you as players have a magic item you want for your characters, he can take orders and see about putting together a shopping list and see if any stores or contacts he has, people he knows, might have them available right now and ready. Or he can try and help you craft some. He's really good at transmutation, so maybe he can turn some transmutation magic for you. If you need like a specific magic item made that might be transmutation in nature.
Can he put a hole in a skull fragment?
A hole in a skull fragment?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what I want.
You want a hole in a skull fragment?
I pull out Sybil's skull fragment and I say, I'd like a hole in this so I can make it into a necklace.
Interesting. He looks at it. He probably is not even surprised by it. Takes it in his hands, and you watch as he stares at it for a moment, and you watch as the you. Oh, probably actually to ask.
Um. Like,
Just for a necklace.
yeah. Some like twine, like leather twine.
He casts some magic. He watches
1 gauge.
Arcana Arcana begins moving across his fingertips as he twirls in the air, and you watch as the hole is burn almost. What it seems like it's burned, but you watch as the actual bone just begins to turn in and curl in on itself as he transmutes the section of bone into small petals of flowers that just slowly pluck away so that the hole is made.
Hell yeah.
Hands it right back to you.
Take it and put it in my pocket. Yeah, Sybil's skull fragment.
Where'd you get this again?
Clash. There was the Herald of Adar who washed up in the river and he killed people, and I watched Sybil's life drain from her eyes.
Yes. Okay, yeah, I remember that now.
I
was
took
like,
her. I took her
remember
fragment to school.
the name Sybil was a name I used before, but I forgot.
Yeah, she was a innkeep.
Yeah, it was this. Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna wear her skull as a necklace.
That was in called. Oh yeah, Sybil. Yeah, I do everything open.
Well, what I was gonna ask for is less that you said transmutation. Would that sort of be in the ballpark of a bag of holding?
Transmutation? I mean, that is technically changing something.
Because I think it's a pocket dimension, and pocket dimensions are transmutation, as far as I'm aware. Unless they're conjuration. What's
I think that might be conjuration.
the demi-plane spell? Conjuration? Okay, so maybe it's more conjuration, but even if he can't make it, if he could maybe try to find one for less than 625 gold pieces.
You want a bag of holding?
Yeah, got a lot of stuff trying to carry around.
I can probably give you my old one.
You sure?
You said you put it off the angel.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can give you my old one.
Oh, well, great. Thanks.
I'd have to go grab it. Should be available.
Much appreciated.
You've helped me.
I love hand-me-downs.
Yeah. Anything
Cool,
else?
that's all I wanted. Yippee!
Yeah. So there is a sacrifice. I won't follow blindly. So I'd like to stop beating around the bush. What sacrifices is required for this path? What am I getting into? The path of this life we're walking. I don't know entirely what it pertains. But I don't think it will, if it done right, it shouldn't require too much sacrifice on your end. Make an insight check. I don't believe the journey of the Golden Path was done correctly under Card. It's hard to tell. Based on what Colte told me, what you all found down there, there was 5 members of that family. Albus, Coleman, Shana, Alisan, LeBeau, and Amber, floating around the single spare or anchor. I don't think there was enough of them. They were in an unholy place. And probably on the wrong day. I believe there need to be more people for the ritual. More downcast, at least. There are a few others I know of that I speak to, work with. Additionally, it means a holy place, and I have visited the most holy of places. And I don't think it should just be some random temple anywhere here. There is a city in Ascension that I've traveled to that I believe it could be what we're seeking. Last time I was there, I met another few people. They helped me steal my heart. For the past 20 years, they have been some of the strongest people I know. One of them is also downcast. If we get him and the few other friends I have here, plus you, Belric, you, Atlas, and most likely Misha, not be ready by then. There's still downcast blood within her. The child should have enough. 7 people. I don't think they need to be willing. The blood needs to be there. 7 individuals in a holy place. That holy place is Golden Throne. Supposedly, Golden Throne is the seat of power where some of the strongest gods left this plane. They tore a hole in the universe there when they ascended. And supposedly, the exact portal to Elysium dwells there. Oh no, sorry, not Elysium, Celestia. If we could conduct the ritual in Ascension, in Golden Throne, site of one of the actual gates to the heavens. On a day when those gates are the thinnest, say, a certain celestial event later in the year, about 4 months from now, during spring, I'd say we'd have the best chance to do this. I'm still working out bits of this. Still conducting my research while I can. Hence, he kind of smiles at himself. Hence my disappearance from time to time. But it doesn't even have to be Golden Throne. Opal, Lothric, another one of the great cities of Ascension, is another site where the gods left to the heavens. I believe there also could be one of the portals there. I don't fully know, but it's a start. There is the site supposedly within Grimolian Kingdom as well. All across a big hole as well. There's opportunities. Just have to seize them. And honestly, with your blood, your ties to your angelic ancestry, being your own angelic ancestry, I think we need much more. There's the cutouts. Oh. Sorry. Oh, yeah, it's really cutting out, isn't it? Oh, lady. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, apparently I was cutting out a lot.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
just like every other word. It wasn't a big deal.
Only every other word.
Yeah.
But he just starts yapping about his theory and all these sites. He just starts talking about like different gods that, you know, ascended in certain spots, and you can see his true passion is this project, this journey of the golden path that he's trying to walk. So, yeah. But essentially, the essence of what you need to get from this conversation is, in Ascension, is the city of Golden Throne, which supposedly is where the portal to Celestia, Mount Celestia, is. And he believes that if you gather 7 individuals with angelic blood at that space, you could ascend and become angelic once more. You could do the journey of the golden path. Granted, you need a heart anchor, which you have 2 of. He has 1, you have 1. Additionally, if you do it, say, on a day where the plains are most thin, say a couple months from now, during a specific springtime celestial event, the plains are thin, that this could be possible, even more so. And that you, and him, and Atlas, and others can become angels and succeed. So many have failed. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the springtime, but that's the closest one he gets. There's a spring celestial event and a fall celestial event, where the planes are thin. Essentially, the spring and fall equinoxes. Yeah, pretty much. You're not getting sacrificed. If anything, the remainder of your party would get sacrificed while you become an angel. You and Atlas.
Well, hey now.
And an unborn child.
Hey now.
My soul already belongs to somebody. Thank you very much.
No, that was just a joke. It doesn't actually sacrifice. More like, yeah,
Is it a joke?
it's a joke.
Uh-huh.
Grab a city. You're like, hey, let's push this city over here for this random celestial event in springtime. Love a good spring equinox. So anyways, as this conversation is happening, and you're talking about the details, you all hear as a door opens, and you can see that shimmering veil near the window unfolds once more, and you can see the beautiful marbled interior of some demi-plane. And stepping out from it, you can see two individuals. One is Atlas, your friend and ally, and the second is a beautiful, pink-haired, pink-skinned, blue-eyed tiefling, wearing fancy, well-adorned clothes, with a wide smile. Her sharp fangs are visible, and she seems very excited to meet and see all of you.
I'm a little flabbergasted.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Misha. Welcome. Atlas, you wish to introduce your friends. I'll let you have the stage. Atlas.
Yep. Yeah, I'll shoot him a look, just looking angry at him. But then I'll turn to the rest of the group and say, this is my wife, Misha.
Hi, pleasure to meet all of you.
Hi.
The pleasure's ours. Nice to meet you. My name is Asuna.
That's enough. She kind of walks over and will shake your hand.
Yeah.
Atlas told me you've given him some healing. I appreciate it.
Yes, well, we all help each other. More or less.
Yeah, you all seem to have kept him alive as much as you can.
I'm Ripley.
Nice to meet. Pleasure to meet you, Ripley. Like your horns.
Oh, thanks. I like yours too, I guess.
Well, thank you. Where do you come from?
Oh, just around.
I don't see many other tieflings, so I always ask.
Yeah, it was, it didn't really matter where it used to be.
Okay. Well, pleasure to meet you. Thanks for helping all that.
Yeah, of course. I need somebody to carry my, supplies that are too heavy. So,
He's real strong, isn't he? He'll say hello to Ajal as well. I imagine Ajal, though, you might actually, character-wise, be angry. And
Oh
jealous.
yeah.
So, if you want to rephrase that hello there, you can.
The tone was, "Hello there."
Assaultedly. Yeah. So you all introduce yourselves, um, to Misha. And with that, it is getting late. You introduce your shelves. Here's my shelf.
are we crabs now?
Do you
Oh,
want to be?
shells. Hermit crab.
I've always wanted to go through carcinogenesis.
Absolutely. Let's introduce our shells.
We could be hermit crabs. Who has the best shell? Who's the biggest?
In our next campaign, can we all be crabs?
Absolutely.
We'll eventually get around to the evil space clowns, but I do like crabs as well as a
I love
potential
crab.
option.
We
Evil
be space clown crabs.
Yeah, evil space
Whoa.
clowns can be crabs.
That's so true.
Space crabs.
Crabs can be anything.
Space
Crab.
crabs.
I mean, I'm sure somewhere else in space has evolved crabs.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
perfect perfect organisms, so they must have.
Yeah.
Hold up. I have to get a new quote for Sazel.
What quote?
Space crabs.
Oh. Fair enough.
That's my crab, by the way. That's my shell. My cool shell.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Look at it.
I looked at it. It's cool.
It's a cool shell, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is a cool shell.
I literally just looked up cool shells.
Mr. Krabs.
Whoa! Who else wants?
That's Bonnie as a crab.
Who else wants this shell? Actually, this shell's cool.
Ooh, that is very cool. I'll take
That is
that shell.
cool. That looks like a lionfish.
Like a bone shell.
Yeah, I think that really fits Ripley. Shell.
Can I have one of the messed up shells from like the Nautilus, like the prehistoric Nautiluses?
Mm,
You know how they had all
Yes.
those weird shapes?
absolutely. Shells are cool. Shells. Anyways, but
Everybody loves shells.
as you're introducing yourselves to each other, I am going to end the session. It is late.
Alrighty.
The crab rave. Hell yeah. You know, I will say, with the free trial of Beat Saber on Oculus Quest 2, the two best songs are 100% Crab Rave and League of Legends song. But Crab Rave is very good.
What a ultra specific reference.
Yes. I will say, I'm very good at Crab Rave and Beat Saber. It's very fun. It lasts too long.
Free trial of Beat Saber on Oculus
It's not
Rift
even free
2.
trial. It's just like the baseline, what they give you. Like, from what I can tell, that's what you're given when you first sign up or buy it. It's the only song I know.
Do you have to buy Beat Saber and then buy the songs on it?
Absolutely.
That's so
course you do.
stupid.
Yeah, to know.
It doesn't just come with all the songs? What the
No.
hell?
No, you have like very ultra specific songs.
That's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism blows.
Yeah.
I hate
But that's why you can
microtransactions.
illegally mod stuff in.
Yeah. That's
So
how you
true.
gotta do it. But so based on what it comes with, that's what it is. But KDA is actually my favorite one. It's a very good free song. Anyways, that's
They
the
make you
session.
play Baby Shark.
I don't think that
Good
was on.
session.